of Buffalo, New York. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Buffalo Bills. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. It's a very short kick taken by an up man.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 37. General West.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Second and 6 at the 38-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6.
64. Weak. Check curls. Check. Shoot.
Gilbert. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual-type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
This is Cohen. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Second and 10. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
And the Vikings first down.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Here we go, D. It's just here.
First down, a run with Cohen. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Here's second and 8. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
Let's see what you got.
From the gun, Elliott. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
At their own 20-yard line.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Mike 50, Mike 50. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Mike's hey! Check. Ready?
Throwing on first down. Gilbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Watch the run, watch the run. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Get it.
On 3rd down, Gilbert going up top. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. J.J. Nelson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Switch. Take 4.
On 1st and 10, Gilbert going for the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big pickup of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Defense wins championships, baby. Go, Mike 50. Go. 50. And watch that. And watch the ball.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On the ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Matchbox lights. You ain't got nothing. Watch the ship.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, echo. You got nothing to win. Go.
On 2nd and 9, Gilbert. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Madison running right. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. 13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Elliott. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw is probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Me and you all day. All day.
Five.
I'm coming after you. Hey, switch gears. Mike spot 4.
Ready?
To throw again. Gilbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Watch 54.
Hey, look at me. Zipper.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Gilbert. And he's got his man Hilton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Check. Right there.
Go.
Right there.
Get it.
On 1st down, Gilbert. Complete to Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. In for the score. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
65.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Elliott. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Elliott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Matt Breida with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded at the 6. Now a hit and a loose football. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy. because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Bravo.
2nd and 4. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
Hey, wahoo! Now.
From the gun on 3rd down, Gilbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. Remember, he was drafted and released by the Vikings. From the left hash, this from 37. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. 23-yard line.
Ready?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Ready?
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Now, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more hurricane coming.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Get it.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Logan Cook now. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
60 or. Watch 54. You don't know no better. Hey, Alpha.
On 3rd and 2, Gilbert flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there just before halftime, and even 40 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. On the return is Cohen. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Got it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Lets it go for Nelson. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, check. Mike 50. Man, I got
Ready?
Looking to throw. Gilbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Mike 50.
Yes, yes.
50's the Mike. 50's the Mike.
On second and a long way to go. Gilbert flush to his right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. So we got to step it up. Check 99. Check 99. Check 3. Check 3.
Get it.
Back to throw. Gilbert escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. That pass was heavily defended on third down, but you know what? He's one of the best in the league at body control, and he showed you why there.
So what that tells you is that the guy throwing the football understands.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Matt Breida, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Carlson on for the PAT. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good.
Next, the score, Bills 36, Vikings nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. The official's so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Danny.
Let's go.
Now Cohen. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Check tight.
Again, it's Cohen. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, Elliott. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line.
50, plant.
Eat. Come off the ball, hard.
Throwing on first down, Elliott. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Elliott. And that'll be caught by Cup.
Elliott's pass complete to Cooper Cup. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 24-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Elliott dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Oh, you got deep?
Throwing on 3rd and long. Elliott. And he's going to go down again. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Throw left side, complete to Cup. The 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cooper Kupp, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to get a score back. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower?
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 30, 10, and he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. T.J. Logan, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
Let's get off the field.
To throw on 2nd down. Elliott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Off the edge, the sack by Reggie Ragland.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And the pressure gets to him again. Reggie Ragland, his second sack of the night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Let's go. Let's do it. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Come on,
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They run with Breida. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Down, 30 base.
Hey, tight.
He's coaching, spill.
We got double up.
Speed grip.
They run again with Breida. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
90 Wolf, Recon, 132 fighter.
Watch the boot. Check 26.
Ready.
Now it's Breida. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's get it. Boom! Yeah, baby.
On the ready.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Get it.
And they take a knee.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Double time. Alert. 3 down.
Shoot.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13. Tonight's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bills, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.